Every single morning, millions of people reach into their medicine cabinets and swallow capsules they trust with their lives. Vitamins, minerals, protein powders, anti-aging compounds. The global supplement industry is now worth over $70 billion, and it is growing every single year. People are told they need these products to survive, thrive, and live longer. But here is the part that nobody on the label wants to admit. Half of what people are taking every day might be doing absolutely nothing. Or worse, it might be slowly poisoning them. This is not a conspiracy. This is the science they buried in the fine print. The industry that sells you hope in a bottle, the supplement world, is not regulated the way most people think it is. In the United States, manufacturers are not required to prove their products are safe or effective before putting them on shelves. The rules were written in 1994, before the internet existed, before the era of billion-dollar influencer marketing, and before 95,000 unique supplement products flooded the market. The system was not designed for what the industry became. Independent testing has revealed something disturbing. In one recent analysis, half of the 44 supplements purchased online failed to contain the active ingredients promised on the label. Protein powders have been found to contain heavy metals at levels that exceed safety thresholds set by California environmental regulators. Popular brands of NED boosters, berberine, and urolithin A have tested at levels well below their claimed doses. People are paying premium prices for capsules that contain little more than filler. And then there is the toxic metals problem. One major independent report tested 160 protein powder products. Nearly half exceeded Proposition 65 safety limits for toxic metals, including lead and arsenic. These are products marketed to athletes, gym goers, and health-conscious parents buying shakes for their children. The supplement industry does not have to tell the public about this. They do not have to pull their products. They simply have to respond if the regulator asks. That is the system. That is the villain hiding inside every wellness aisle. The long-term use of some of the most popular supplements carries risks that are still emerging. Recent research has raised concerns about high-dose melatonin and potential links to heart failure risk. Ashwagandha, one of the most widely sold herbal supplements on Earth, was banned by Danish health authorities after safety assessments suggested possible hormonal disruption. The science is contested, but the point stands: the research is murky, and the consumer is the last to know. Meanwhile, the influencer machine runs at full speed. TikTok has become the most powerful supplement distribution channel on Earth. Celebrities like Kourtney Kardashian have launched their own lines, marketing products with pharmaceutical-sounding claims and zero pharmaceutical evidence. One high-profile lawsuit challenged whether her product could genuinely replicate the effects of prescription GLP-1 drugs, the same class of drugs that transformed obesity medicine. The answer from scientists was clear: almost certainly not. But the advertisement still ran, the product still sold, and millions of people still believed they were making a medically informed choice. The biohacker who rewrote the rules. In a sterile facility somewhere in Los Angeles, a man swallows over 100 compounds every single day. His name is Brian Johnson. He is a tech billionaire, a former founder of payment company Braintree, and the most measured human being in recorded history. He spends $2 million per year on his own biology. He has a team of over 30 physicians monitoring every organ in his body in real time. Johnson's project is called Blueprint. The goal is radical: to slow biological aging so completely that for every year of chronological time that passes, his body ages by less than 12 months. He claims to have reversed his biological age by more than 5 years. His inflammation markers have been wiped down to levels below the threshold of modern medical detection. His telomere length has extended to levels associated with children, not middle-aged men. His supplement stack is not random guessing. It is a data-driven feedback loop, unlike anything consumer wellness has ever produced. Every compound he takes is justified by biomarker testing, adjusted based on measurable outcomes, and cross-validated by his medical team. He takes MMN to restore NAD levels, which decline with age and govern how efficiently the body's cells repair damaged DNA. He takes calcium AKG to combat the chronic inflammation scientists call inflammaging, the silent fire that accelerates every disease known to aging humans. He uses senolytic compounds like fecitin to clear out senescent cells, the zombie-like cells that stop dividing but release a slow poison of inflammatory signals into surrounding tissue. When one intervention fails his biomarkers, he stops. He stopped taking rapamycin in 2024 after detecting adverse effects in his own data. No ideology, only evidence. But here is the part the supplement industry does not want people to understand about Brian Johnson. His results are not because of the pills alone. They are the product of AI, guided precision, daily blood testing, continuous feedback, and a team of human specialists that almost no individual on Earth can afford. His stack is not transferable. His protocol is not a product. It is a personalized biological operating system, and copying it from a label is as medically sensible as performing surgery using a YouTube tutorial. What Johnson has actually proven is not that supplements work. He has proven that data-driven, personalized, science-first health optimization produces measurable results. The supplement in isolation is never the hero. The intelligence guiding the decision is the protocol that actually works. So what does a person do with all of this? The answer is not to stop taking everything, and it is not to blindly trust an industry that is legally permitted to sell hope without proof. The answer is to think like a biohacker. The first step is to demand verification. Third-party testing exists. Organizations that independently test supplements for label accuracy and contamination provide something the industry has failed to provide itself: accountability. Before buying anything, consumers should confirm that the product has passed independent testing for actual ingredient dosage and purity. The second step is to understand bioavailability. Not all forms of a compound are equal. Magnesium glycinate enters the bloodstream far more effectively than magnesium oxide. NAD precursors differ dramatically in how efficiently they are converted inside the body. Buying the cheapest version of a supplement is often buying nothing at all, or buying a form the body cannot even absorb. The third step is to use AI as a decision engine. Today, digital health tools powered by machine learning can cross-reference personal blood work with research databases to identify actual deficiencies rather than assumed ones. The biohacker does not guess. The biohacker measures, analyzes, and acts on data. Vitamin D levels vary wildly between individuals. Omega-3 needs differ based on diet, genetics, and inflammation markers. A supplement that makes biological sense for one person is nutritional noise for another. The fourth and most important step is to recognize where real leverage lies. Sleep architecture governs cellular repair in ways no supplement can replicate. Chronic psychological stress elevates cortisol in ways that cancel out the effects of the most sophisticated anti-aging stack on Earth. Food quality determines the raw material the body uses to rebuild itself every single night. Brian Johnson does not sleep 8 hours because it is a nice habit. He sleeps because the science of longevity identifies sleep as the single highest return biological investment a human can make, bar none. The industry does not profit from sleep. It cannot bottle sunlight or sell a person the benefits of a walk in the morning air. So it sells capsules instead, and it wraps them in the language of science to make the sale feel inevitable. The truth that biohackers are uncovering, the truth that AI is beginning to model at scale, is that most people are not sick because they lack a supplement. They are sick because they are running a biological system on inadequate inputs, inadequate recovery, and inadequate self-knowledge. The real protocol is not the pill. The real protocol is measurement, honesty, and the willingness to confront what the data actually says about how someone is living. The supplement industry created a $70 billion business by monetizing that discomfort. The biohacking revolution is doing something more dangerous to that industry than any regulation ever could. It is replacing belief with evidence. And evidence does not care about the marketing budget. The question is no longer whether supplements work. The question is whether the person swallowing them actually knows why they are taking them, and whether the answer they have been given came from science, or from someone who profits from them never finding out.